Legacy of Zulu on this podcast.
Permission to ride
Straight up, bro.
Dude,
Ride
Wait,
it.
dude, that
Ride
guy-
the
there's
shit
an-
out of it.
All right, bro. Chill the fuck out from it. But
Hey, fucking yo.
Welcome to 808's on cam, episode fucking whatever it is.
I think we're on 6 or 7. I don't know.
3, I think.
3?
Well, 3 counting the interview. Fuck. This is 3. This is 3 of us sitting here.
Not including fashion
yeah.
show, whatever. Anyway.
So, second interview. We have a guest, of course. This is actually our first non-Arizonan guest.
Woo!
And hopefully not the last. But before I spoil too much more, I'm just going to have Mateo prepared an introduction.
I did.
So
I did.
He's going to let that shit rip.
All right. Peyton, I hope you're ready for this one. It freaked the fuck out of our last guest, so we'll see how this goes on you, all right? All right.
Did
let's
you
hear
watch?
it.
Did you watch the other
Let's
episode?
hear it. No, I haven't yet.
Oh, yeah, you're fucked, dude. I'm sorry.
And on this special episode of 808s and Cold Takes, we are introducing the undisputed heavyweight motivational rapper and content creator of the world. He stands taller than the Empire State Building and weighs in heavier than the content matter of his music, with a total of 15 singles, 15 YouTube videos, and an unquestionable amount of short-form content, but currently no albums. That is likely to change very soon. Hailing from Leawood, Kansas, but currently residing on the East Coast, he's here live from New York City. It's the man, the speaker, the music innovator himself, Mr. Peyton Watts.
Dude, I feel like I just got announced by Bruce Buffer, man.
That's the idea. That's the
That's what we're
idea.
going for.
Hell yeah, man. No, that's sick. Glad to be here, guys.
Thank you, man. So, I guess break down a little bit of what's gonna happen here. Because if you aren't familiar with the other one, what we did is kind of walk them through. Timeline-wise, we're gonna kind of start talking to you a little bit about your early life, early upbringing, musical beginnings. We'll go on to current musical status, and then we have some questions. We'll call them fun questions that were provided by our lovely fan base, as well as some of your friends. And we have a couple of our own that just didn't fit in the grand scheme of the outline, so we'll throw them in there as well, homie. And then we'll just conclude, and that's kind of what we got here. So we'll just kick this right off. Losi?
Oh yeah, as Teo said in his remarkable intro and shit. Before you moved to New York, you're actually from Kansas. The thing is, like, how can you say how different it is living in Kansas versus Arizona versus New York?
Yeah, dude. That is one hell of a question. So, I grew up in Kansas my entire life, born and raised there until I was 18 years old. Wanted to get out, wanted to go out of state. So that's why I moved. That's why I went to ASU. Gave me a good scholarship. Seemed like an awesome place to live for a couple of years. So I went out there and I did it, man. And the difference between Kansas and Arizona, the biggest one is the fucking weather, dude. I don't know
I
how
knew you were
you
gonna say that.
guys love it, dude. I can't stand it, bro. I can't. That's just like my crazy mentality, though. But walking outside every single day.
You can't stand the Kansas City weather? You can't stand...
No, the Arizona weather.
Oh.
Weather.
Oh, yeah. That makes
Yeah.
6 of
Walking
us.
outside every single day, man. Oh, really? Yeah, so I walking outside every single day, man, and it's bright, it's sunny, it's hot. It, like, takes a toll on my brain because I feel like I'm in Groundhog Day. If you guys have ever seen that movie from, like, the 90s,
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it. So then after college, I was like, I just kind of, like, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to move out to New York, and I was like, there's no better time than the present. If I don't do it now, I more than likely will never do it because it's kind of a crazy place to live. And so I moved back in with my mom. I lived there back home in Kansas for about a year. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt like a loser, dude, because I saw all my friends go out, do these things, get these jobs, do all this stuff. And I was sitting at home, no job, living in my mom's house once again at 23, 24 years old. And I was like, I need to do something, which is what Bruce Buffer over there mentioned earlier, I made a TikTok a day every single day for like an entire year. And that kind of gave me the motivation to get the things, to stack up as much cash as I can to move out to New York. And then to hit on your question with that, it is the most insane place I have ever lived in my entire life and probably ever will, dude. It's so weird. It took me, like, I've been here now a little bit over a year and 2 months. And I just now feel like I'm getting acclimated to it. That's how crazy it is. And everybody that I know says the same thing, because there's no place in the world where you wake up at 7 a.m. and then you're this close to somebody on the subway. Literally. Like, you are anchovies, sardines in a can, dude. It's wild, dude. But yeah, it's a crazy place to live, dude. But I'm starting to love it. So
What part are you in?
So I'm in Manhattan.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
So
What's
I'm in Manhattan. I'm up in so I'm technically so I'm uptown. So I'm technically in Harlem. But I'm kind of close to Columbia University.
Oh.
So I'm not like totally in the sticks of Harlem, but like you walk right outside my apartment. It's like a beautiful neighborhood, and then you walk to the left and there's like a crackhead shitting on the sidewalk. Like it's wild, bro. It's
Jeez.
wild.
It's always that.
I can cuss on here also. I just wanted to
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
You can
Okay,
say
cool.
whatever
I
the
didn't
hell you
know if
want,
you
bro.
guys-
It's
Cool,
we are not gonna care.
Yeah, and that crackhead situation you just said, that just sounds like a regular
Regular
South
day in
Phoenix
Phoenix.
situation.
Damn.
Dude, it really is,
fun,
man. It
though.
really is.
So you mentioned you went to school here. What was it that you were studying?
So I did journalism, man. I did a lot of journalism in high school.
Oh, cool.
They had a really good broadcast journalism
Cronkite.
school up at ASU, Cronkite, yeah. And so
Okay.
I went up there. I toured. It seemed like a good fit.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
We had a lot of friends that went there
Yeah,
too.
we know a lot of people that
Yeah.
went.
Quite
in
a
our,
few.
Hell yeah, dude.
In our business, with what we do, we meet a lot of people that went there too. So it's a pretty cool school for sure.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Hey, what do you think some of the biggest highlights of New York are? Like, since you've lived there.
Ooh, that's a really good question, because some of the highlights are also some of the faults of living here. So one of the reasons I really wanted to move out here, and I started doing this crazy thing of dropping a new music video and a song every single week for an entire year, was because I was like, I want to make content, I want to do music, I want to do all this crazy stuff. And the networking sphere here is insane. Like, I've met YouTubers with, like 2 million subscribers. I've met YouTubers who have 1 subscriber, 100,000. I've met, musicians who are getting 600,000 streams a month, and then people who are like me that are trying to get that like 200 stream month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And though that can be really good in networking, it's also, there's so many of us that everybody kind of like falls through the cracks in a way. So you really have to stand out. But yeah, man, that I would say that's probably the biggest like positive of living here and negative.
Interesting.
It's a very interesting take on that, because yeah, you're right. I mean, the networking I'm sure is awesome, but yeah, I mean, how many other musicians, how many other this and that you're doing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's very interesting.
It's kind of like the opposite here, because over here there's like
Nothing.
there's nothing. So it's the people that stand out like really stand out, and they know everybody and everybody knows them. So it's definitely a different angle for sure. That's cool.
No, definitely, man. I mean, don't sleep on Arizona though, man. Like,
Oh, I know.
you guys got Toddy out there.
Yeah.
My buddy Tariq, who actually lives in Staten Island, he's boys with Toddy.
Cool.
So he was in the Arizona base. Obviously, the ZD guys.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on, man. It's really up and coming,
Yeah.
for real.
Some cool people.
Hopefully it stays up and coming.
Yeah.
And- or not
Yeah.
like stays
Word.
coming up, but like actually blows up.
Yeah.
Up.
Arizona gets somewhere, you know.
Yeah. Going back a little bit to what you were talking about with your schooling, would you say that like overall as an experience in college and whatnot and with journalism, did that affect your approach to how you want to take your music career specifically?
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I went to ASU to study journalism, and that's like what I wanted to do because I really loved doing it in high school. And then I kind of got out there, and I was like, I might have loved journalism more for the people I was surrounded with doing it than the actual, sport of journalism. And so, through the dorms, I was in the downtown dorms. That's actually where I ran into Amante, Zach, and John. And I had always I had always like really wanted to make music, and I studied every artist underneath the book. I got really good at freestyling for a while there. And then like once I met with these guys, that kind of came to a reality. So it was like when I was kind of like, well, fuck, I don't want to be a journalist. What do I want to be? That kind of then gave me the leap to,
Nice.
actually find something that was worth my time.
All right. It's like switching a major, but you're just switching more like careers, switching
Definitely.
passions. Nice.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I like
He ain't
that.
switching majors. He's majorly switching.
Hey,
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Yeah,
it. dude.
man.
That's why
Yeah,
we
dog.
keep Taylor around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Shit, man.
Nice.
Actually, really quick, just to, like bring it around back to Kansas really quick. In what ways would you say over there, and even how New York overall fuels your creativeness within music?
So, I always try to keep a little bit of Kansas in all of my music, whether that's just different styles or things like that, or there's even a couple of references in a few of my songs that if you're from Kansas City, you're the only person who actually knows what I'm talking about. Like in one unreleased song right now, I talk about, Mission Road, which is like the road that my high school is off of, and like it's a big street back home and stuff like that. And so I always try to keep a piece of that in my music, because one thing I really pride myself on is and I think it's becoming a lost art, which is a real bummer, dude, but I want my music to sound, look, and feel exactly the same way that I'm feeling at the time, if that makes any sense. And so, if I'm homesick, there's going to be a lot of Kansas in a song. If I'm feeling energetic, hype, upbeat, there might be some New York thrown in there, bro, like some Rocky vibes, shit like that, And so I really just, whatever I'm feeling, dude. And a lot of the times that brings me back home or where I'm at currently.
Yeah, I can definitely respect that, because it just, that kind of like reminds me of like artists, like there's like some songs by Jay-Z to where like even like when he's talking in the background, and overall like when you listen to it, it overall feels like you're bringing them into your world. So no, I definitely respect that decision. Moving forward, really quick, as we dive into musical beginnings, I'm curious what you like listening to in your adolescence, and what would you say was the moment that got you interested in making music?
For sure. I can actually tell you exactly the moment. It was, I can't tell you the date, but it was the day that The Life of Pablo by Kanye dropped in 2016. I remember sitting on my bed with my headphones on, and when the song Real Friends came on, it just resonated with me so much. I had always surrounded myself by music. Like my mom growing up was always in plays. My little sister's big into musicals. My brother was in a rock band, things like that. But I always kind of felt like I was the outsider in that, because I was the basketball player of the family, while everybody else was doing all this artistry stuff. I was the kid, who was the captain of the cross country team, playing basketball, things like that. And when I heard that song, dude, like it kind of like opened something up where I was like, oh shit, this isn't just like something to get you pumped up before a game. This is like life, dude.
Yeah.
And from that moment forward, I have this kind of like compulsory deal in my brain where I just get super overly obsessed with things. And when I heard that album, I was like, yo, this is all I care about now. And I just went balls deep into it. Just, writing songs. I remember I went to Best Buy like a couple months later, and I got a little Samsung Meteor mic. It's like the shittiest USB microphone in the world. And I loaded up GarageBand, and then a couple months later I got Logic, and that kind of just steamrolled everything, dude.
Damn, that was almost 10 years ago. That album.
Yeah, fuck, dude, we're old, man. We're getting old, guys.
So I know we kind of dove a little of what you grew up on, but I'm curious, what's your playlist looking like currently nowadays? Like, what are you popping?
Dude, it's been getting weird lately, dude.
Yeah, tell me.
To be completely honest, man, because it's like growing up, it was all rap. It was, Nas, Drake, J. Cole, obviously a lot of Kanye in there, like I said, Frank Ocean, things kind of that, like in the hip hop sphere. Dude, nowadays, man, I listen to a lot of alternative rock. I still listen to a lot of rap, but it's more older stuff than a lot of the stuff that's coming out now. I listen to a lot of indie. I've gotten really into like Bon Iver,
Nice.
kind of things of that nature. More acoustic instruments than like digital drums.
Yeah.
Um, but also you look at my playlist right now, scroll through it, and it'd be like Lil Uzi, some Cardi in there as well. So it's not all that kind of like artsy shit, but it varies for sure. It varies for sure. I have some classical songs in there too. It's weird now, dude.
Oh,
It's really weird.
Classic.
Some Louis Armstrong.
Hey, whatever gets the flow.
looking
Gotta
for
stay
some
unique.
stuff to
I guess so,
sample.
bro.
Yo,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly, right?
Hey, we be listening to like anime songs,
Yeah,
so like
bro.
I'll
Hey,
you know.
You gotta keep it
Dude.
unique.
Whatever gives you your inspiration to keep going, man. That's what it's all about,
What kind of alternative stuff you listen to?
A lot of older stuff. Like we're like that teen angst shit from like 2005. Some
Like
like
I know.
My
What you
Chemical
meant.
Romance.
Panic's
Yeah, My
first
Chemical
album.
Romance. The Welcome to the Black Parade. That's the song from my
All right.
childhood. My Own Worst Enemy by.
Oh, nice. Is that lit, right?
It might be lit. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I can
that is
picture the
lit.
album cover right now.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, speaking on like all like your whole like musical style, like what would you say was like the exact moment to where you just picked up a mic and just started going at it, and what would you say is like the things that help you get to like the style you're at right now?
Yeah. So two parts to that. So to answer your first question, you guys know Monte Jones. I know you guys have interviewed Zach and John in the past.
We
Yeah.
know the
At
Zero
least know
Degrees
of
guys,
Amante.
yeah.
Yeah, 0 Degrees guys. So Amante was the first one who came up to me, because he had heard me just like freestyle to a group of my friends. This was the very beginning, 2018, in college. And then one night, I don't know how it happened, bro, but we got into a rap battle. And I absolutely he will probably take this to his grave. I absolutely destroyed him, dude. I killed him. I murdered him, bro. And then it was like I remember. And then everybody kind of left and all that shit. And I went back to my dorm room, head held high. And I swear to God, the next day, bro, I wake up in the morning and Monte comes up and he goes, "Hey, so we're starting this rap group. Would you want to be a part of it?" And so it was like from that moment forward, bro. It was like, all right, I'm actually doing this shit, dude. And it was so fun, It was so fun. We were when we first started. I don't know if they've told this story before, so tell me if they have. But me, John, Zach, Amante, Joseph Rios, who's out in California, he was there. Kenny Golder Jr., who's in Detroit. We sat in Rios's dorm room. I shit you not, for like 9 hours every single day for like the entire second semester, bro. And we were trying to make, I think it was like 80 beats for that original 0 Degrees project. We made like 80 beats, and then we cut that in half to 40, and then we cut that in half to 20. Then we made 20 songs, and then we cut that in half, and that became the album. And so it was like, after we did that, man, it was like everybody was already in love with it, because we kind of like tricked our brains into being like, okay, this is part of my routine now, And so that's really how the ball got rolling. And then remind me what the second half of that question was.
What would you say were like the things that help you bring to the overall musical style you're at right now?
I think just kind of growing up. Like if you listen to my like early stuff from 2018, 2019, you listen to like the song Handle, and it's like I'm gonna kill motherfuckers and all this shit. And it's like that's just like not me, dude. It never really has been. Like I was just so pissed off and ready to get on, and like make songs and shit, dude. And like I don't know, that's just not how I feel. And so it's just it really varies, because one thing that I really pride myself on is I try to be the most versatile I can. Because I look at like an artist like Drake, or I look at like an artist like Kanye, and every song they have is like a different genre, sounds like a different style, it's a different them.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of like going back to what I said earlier, like it's how I feel. So it's like some days, dude, I'll feel like I'll be in my feelings, dude, and I just want like an acoustic guitar. So I'll make a Post Malone song, and then the next day, I make a song like Admiral, which is just like hard bass, effects on my voice and shit, just something to get you amped up to start your day.
Yeah, I feel that.
I watched a lot of your videos actually, like back to back to back to back. When you first reached out to us, because I'd been following you for a little bit because I knew about 0 Degrees and I've followed all of you guys at that point. But when I watched all of them, I definitely did notice like a mood fluctuation, and that was definitely something that I almost like I almost admired, where it was like it, because you have to think about it like from, I guess because you made it, but like for these guys, like you think about it, these are like 1 week after another, so it comes out and it's like happy-go-lucky, and then it's like the saddest shit you ever fucking heard in your life, and then it could be 2 weeks of sad shit, or it definitely fluctuated, and I'm glad you said that, because I definitely noticed that in the music that you make.
No, yeah, man. That's something that I really try to, really harp on.
Right. I did want to ask you, because I was going to ask about 0 Degrees. You just mentioned them. What is the current or future state of 0 Degrees, I guess? And at this point, it's just a fun reflection of the past. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, dude. Well, the 0 Degrees was, dude, looking back on that, I have a quote that I keep in my phone and I think of all the time. And it's because we, in 2020, right before COVID hit, we did the Devil Palooza show. We were the opener for Quinn 92. It was like a crowd of like, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 people. It was the craziest thing. And that was the most fun and the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. But I don't want that to be the most fun and coolest thing I've ever done in my life, And so looking back on it, dude, it is definitely one of the highlights, of the past 24 years for me. But, and then to answer the first part of your question, we had a big falling out, dude. Like, no one really likes each other anymore. We all kind of, words were said and no one's happy.
Let's see.
No, I'm just fucking around. We all fucking love each other, dude.
That switch.
You didn't get me, because I was like, I literally called Zach yesterday asking about you, and I didn't even think about that.
I literally talked to Zach, like we were all talking about the J. Cole Kendrick beef literally today. So no, we all love each other, bro.
Damn.
We
I was
just
like,
all
I don't know how I was gonna segue out of that. So I'm glad you're lying to me.
bro, no.
It's that New York
fucking
acting,
love
bro.
it.
bro.
Picked up on it already. Hell yeah.
No, dude. I talked to Zach fucking too much, dude. He engineers all my music. He mixes masters.
Yeah.
So I'm on the phone with him at least twice a week, dude. Me and John just talked on the phone last week for like 45 minutes. I was on the phone with Kenny a couple weeks ago. Always talking to Amante. Always checking out what Rio Scott's has going on. Like, I love those guys to death, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do you guys have more? Sorry, go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, but kind of the current state of it is, so we always kind of said, we weren't a group. And so we've definitely gone off and kind of done our own things. But, each and every one of us is there to support one another. And that's something that, as of recent, we're really trying to harp on, because it's really easy to lose that camaraderie when half of us are halfway across the country. So it's like we, whenever I see one of them like post something, I'm going to give them feedback. I'm going to write them a paragraph, tell them this is what you could do better. This is what you did good. Keep moving forward and shit. And they do the same thing for me.
That's awesome.
That was the answer to the question I was going to ask. So that's perfect. Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you
Hell
for
yeah,
interrupting
dude.
me. That was nice.
Psychic, bro. What can I
Hey,
say?
great minds think alike. That's what they say.
So to segue out of the past, to get a little bit more on the current state of your music, and you literally just answered actually two-thirds of this question, but I was gonna ask if you recorded, mixed, and mastered everything yourself, but I think you just said that Zilu actually does some of that for you.
Yeah, so video-wise, practically everything's done by me.
Cool.
I'll set my camera up on a tripod, run 25 feet away, film myself for a wide shot, hope some crazy dude doesn't run by and snag it real quick, and then I'm out, $1,000.
Oh,
And
damn,
then-
in New York too? Ooh.
Yeah.
In New York, bro,
Think about
literally,
that.
like I'm talking like on Broadway, like in the middle of these giant crowds, bro. Like I'm setting it up and I'm walking away, just praying to God that no one takes it.
And
So
you ever
knock
thought
on
about
wood.
hiring like a
that
camera
doesn't
guy or
happen.
something?
Well, and then I have a buddy out here who helps me out a lot. He helps
Okay.
me out. I think he's helped me out. We're on week 16 now, probably
yeah.
7 times throughout this. And then I got another guy who's helped me out 2 or 3. and then one guy that I just got brought on who's helped me out with one video.
Nice.
So I kind of have layers to it, where if my buddy Will, who's the guy who's helped me out 7 times, he's the first guy I go to, then Andrew, then Derek.
Sweet.
And so,
Shout out to
it's
them.
always, yeah, dude, literally shout out to them. They're the biggest helps in the world. But in regards to editing, that's on me. And then for music, I record everything myself. Find the beats online, etc. And then send it off to Zach on a Thursday or a Friday, and he'll mix and master that before we get out on Monday. Yeah.
Is that mic you're holding actually the mic that you record with?
It is, bro. TLM 102,
TLM?
bro.
Yep.
TLM, yeah.
There you go.
That's the shit,
We had
dude.
those in school. Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's
These
sick.
are fire, dude. They're fire for a mic under $1,000. This is one of the best ones I
Yep.
feel like you can get.
And on top of that, in terms of music creation specifically, what song so far, even if it's unreleased, or I guess probably not if it's unreleased because then we probably won't know anything about it, but what song so far have you had the most difficult time creating?
So the one that's coming out on Monday,
Oh, wow.
yeah, that one that's coming out on Monday, I literally just sent the file to Z actually right before this podcast. And so that one's been a difficult one, but partially because I'm really trying to harp on the video this week. I'm trying to make the best video that I made thus far.
When you're having issues with with a project or just overall a creative block, what would you say is the best way to get through that process?
I would say there's a couple different things that I do. Sometimes you literally just have to push through, which I have to do a lot because the turnover is so quick with this thing that I'm working on right now. And so it's like I'll have a creative block and I'll literally just have to, just keep pushing until something fucking happens. Other times, dude, literally just leaving a song, let it be for a couple of weeks, and then you kind of come back to it. It's almost like letting it cook in a way. You throw a steak on the grill, you don't just sit there and watch it the whole time. No, you set it there, you close it for a couple of minutes, and you come back a little bit later, you flip it over. And so,
beer.
yeah, exactly. And and so there's a couple of different things I do. I'll either push through it or just kind of let it be and then come back to it later. Those are really the main things, though.
Would you say there's any because you live in New York, so there's places everywhere, and I mean not just clubs, but coffee shops, all that. Curiously, do you have a place? Everybody says, you have 3 places in your life where you feel the most comfortable: your house, your family's house, and your bar is the saying, or in this case it'd be your coffee cafe, your internet cafe. Is there any place in New York where it's easy for you to just decompress and just let that creative process flow?
And that's definitely one of the things that working on a week-to-week basis is really tough. Is I have 0 free time, dude. I've gone out one time in the entirety of 2024. Literally,
Really?
I've seen
Wow.
my friends outside of this project once. Because pretty much how my life works is I go to work from 9 to 5. I come home. The first thing I got to do is I got to sit down and I got to make this song, or I got to sit down and I got to write out this storyboard. I got to go shoot some fucking shit. So it's I really don't have that time to go and be you know what? I just got to get creative, bro. I just got to let my mind flow. And so that, I don't really get that. So one thing that I really try to do every single day, and sometimes it doesn't happen just because, a whole bunch of different things, but I run a lot. I just go for a run. And that kind of has become almost like a place where I can just freely just because all I'm thinking about is just how much this sucks. I run 3.5 miles, and by the end of it, you're just fuck me, dude. And so
Same.
literally though, dude, I ran, I think it was 6:47, probably 2 weeks ago now.
No shit.
And by the time I got all the way down to Lower Manhattan, dude, I was just I was I couldn't even walk anymore, dude, And so, and it's kind of letting yourself go through that and just letting your mind focus on something other than, music or video is kind of has become my mind freeing space to get more creative in a way.
Nice. That's interesting. So you're rubbing noses with all the lawyers and investment bankers running through Central Park then?
Yeah, but the difference between them is they're running and they have like a cigar in their mouth or something like that.
That's funny.
Mob bosses, but no. Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way, just it helps me decompress stress, helps open my mind a little bit.
Nice. Back to the music a little bit. When I've listened to a lot of your music in preparation for this interview, I've noticed quite a bit of singing. Like actually a lot more singing than I expected. How do you feel about your approach to singing, and do you feel like you're going to ultimately move in more of like an alternative kind of singing direction, or are you kind of sticking more to like kind of both rapping and singing, or like how do you feel about that?
I think not to sound like just a complete and total douchebag, but I think my music has no bounds, essentially.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Where it's like I don't want to be labeled as like a rapper. I don't want to be labeled as like a pop singer or anything like that. Like I've said, I just want to make music that is how I feel, just an expression of emotion. And a lot of the time that's through singing. And I know I'm not the greatest singer in the world. I know there's a lot of auto-tune on me and shit, but it's how I feel, dude. So it's like, what more can you really ask for from an artist, I feel like? And honestly, that's something that I really wish was still relevant today in a lot of music, because I feel like nowadays everybody's trying to hit the algorithm or do something like that. They want the song that blows up on TikTok. They want the song that is #1 on Billboard. And it's like, it's dope and all, bro, but like you'll get your 15 seconds of fame, I feel like, that way. Dude, if you make a song that is exactly how you feel and you put it out in the world, someone's going to resonate with that. And then they're going to come back the next time because they're like, oh, fuck, wait, that dude made me cry the last time I watched his video, or that dude got me so amped up. And so that's kind of what I'm looking for, is just like the ability to really connect with someone and build my fan base that way. And it takes a lot longer, dude. And I'm learning that. It takes so much longer when you're not trying to game the algorithm or anything like that. But cross your fingers. I just know it's gonna really hold off in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. And I want to bounce off what you said a little more in a second, but morbidly curiously, I also, like Brayden, listened to a lot of your music in preparation for this, and to get more specific, I actually really see in some of your, I guess, ampy, more melodramatic songs that you have a lot of like 2010s R&B, kind of that pop. I wouldn't call it pop, but like kind of the club stuff that was going on. Like the Akons and the Christina Aguileras of the world. Like I hear a lot of that in your music. So, can you speak on maybe some of the artists that have kind of influenced the singing aspect of your sound?
So the #1 guy that I always look up to and wanna be able to create and make songs like is Zach Lewis, Zlu.
Wow.
Literally
Okay.
one of the guys from 0 Degrees, dude. He is the fucking goat. Like I literally, like, not to gas him up, not to fucking pause, suck his dick real
We
quick,
meet
dude.
right around here,
But
bro.
it's-
Don't even.
Yeah,
trip.
you won't get an argument out of the legacy of
Like,
Zulu on this
Right,
podcast.
Permission to ride
Straight
me,
up, bro.
Dude, write
Like,
it.
dude, that
Write
guy-
the
there's
shit
an-
out of it.
All right, bro. Chill the fuck out from me. But
Hey,
no,
fucking
but,
yo,
no,
as they would say in New York.
Yeah, exactly. But there's an earthquake coming, like straight up. There is something's bound to happen, and this guy's, like all credit to where it's due to, man. That guy, I just hear these fucking wild stories, bro. Where John will be like, because Zach mixes masters and makes all of his music at John and Amonte's crib now, where John and Amonte both won't be home, and Zach like knows where their spare key is, and he'll just like pull up, and no one's home. Just unlock the door, get in there, and they'll like come home. And he's just like been making music all night, for like 8 hours. Like this guy does not stop. This guy mixes masters all of my music week in and week out, and makes his own music in that same week. He's insane, bro. He's literally insane. Like he works his ass off, and just the raw talent from him too, bro. Like if you look at, have you guys heard Burnout, his most recent song?
Yeah.
Dude, like that literally sounds like a Frank Ocean song, like straight off Blonde, And so it's like I really, like, in the singing aspect of things, I really look up to Zach. because I know he looks up to the mainstream artists that I look up to, like Frank Ocean or Akon, like you said, or Chris Brown, people of that caliber, and so yeah.
That's awesome. So you speaked on the musical influence. Like I said, I kind of want to go back to what you were touching on earlier with, your goal with your music. You want to inspire people. You want people to listen to your music and feel something, whether it be like relatability in some of the struggles you've had, or, just getting amped up and doing it in a similar environment at which you do. And I was talking to these boys while we were in that little pause for a second there. You have a very charismatic personality, and you have like a very natural flow with your words. And with that said, I think that shines through a lot in your YouTube videos and a lot of the reels you make. So my question to you in that regard is, how important is it for you to keep that inspiring aspect of your persona in ways that are not music? So like a lot of the videos that you'll make for social media or things of that nature.
I just try to be myself, truthfully. Like outside of the music videos, that's one thing. Because like if you look at like my old TikToks, when I was doing like comedy skits and stuff, I was if you look at like the really early ones, I was just trying to be what I thought the algorithm wanted me to be. And then if you start kind of moving up more, you can kind of see how I found my own flow. That year, dude, taught me just so much about, content creation, but also just creativity in general. And I think with like an Instagram reel or just meeting people in person like it's like, you got to be confident, but don't be fake confident. No one wants that. Then you look like fucking. You guys ever see the fucking dude on Instagram who is like always telling people how to sell, And I'm just like, bro, like, but if everybody acts like you're not gonna be, like what's gonna make you then, man? So it's like I just 100% try to be myself, and I make my videos the way that I think I want them to be. And when I meet people, I just do me, dude. Because honestly, if they don't fuck with me, then they go fuck themselves. Because who the fuck are they? Who the fuck are you, dude?
Who the
And-
fuck is you?
Hell yeah,
Dude,
brother.
it hits me in the face a lot. I tell you what, dude. Yeah, like there's a lot of times, bro, where I'm just wholehearting myself, and like people are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I went to this meetup for a YouTuber. Actually, the video surfing light waves, the one with the beach and the ocean and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was all the beach scenes were actually filmed at a meetup for a really famous YouTuber, Kelly Wacossi. He's got like I think like
Oh, no shit.
1.4 million subs.
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
I'm familiar. That's
And,
wow.
No, and I know his filmer. I've met him a couple of times now, Cole. If you guys just like total sidebar, if you guys want like the greatest YouTuber, bro, Colt Kerwin is the greatest underground YouTuber in the world right now. Swear to God, go check him out. Like he's a fucking beast, dude. But I've met him a couple of times now. So I went out more as a networking thing, and as I'm talking to a bunch of people, and I'm being myself. I get it. I got a big personality. Sometimes that pisses people off. I could hear people chirping in the background. Who the fuck is this guy? Does he work for Kelly? No. What the fuck is he doing here? But bro, they haven't put a video out since. I put out 3, motherfucker. Go fuck yourself, dude. Like straight up, dude. Who the fuck are you? Like, and so.
Coming from Kansas and moving to like a big market like New York, LA, that's a huge transition for not just musicians, but like fashion designers, just anything creative. So what's that process been like for you in navigating some of the nuances in being creative in a different environment, especially considering the fact that there are a lot of creative motherfuckers just within earshot of you at all times?
You always got to be on the go, no matter what, especially in this city, in this town, because you take a day off. There's a motherfucker who's not taking a day off. There's a dude out there who's working 12 hours today when you work 8. So it's like he's gonna beat you 100% of the time. I mean, it's the Kevin Durant quote: "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." And but if you're the hardest working person and you got something to show for it, and you have the talent, you gotta have the talent. But if you just keep working hard, it's gonna come. And so that's really the biggest thing about New York, man, is it is all the things they say about the competitiveness and the city never sleeping. It's all true. It really is. And it's a wild place to be. It's really stressful at times. But do you guys know who Rob Riggle is?
I am not familiar.
I can't put a face to it, but I've heard that name
He's
before.
he's one of the cops in Step Brothers. He's like a famous comedian side actor where it's like he'll be in a movie and you'll be like, oh, he's that dude.
Does
from
he
that
play
thing.
the
He's in-
boyfriend in the B movie?
He might actually. Now that you mentioned that, he might.
Wait, Joe from Family Guy?
No.
No. Is that
No.
if that's the voice, then that's not
I
Rob
don't think so.
Riggle.
Maybe not.
I ran into him right before I moved to New York. He's
Oh,
from
shit.
Kansas City. He went to my rival high school.
Oh, cool.
And I was working at a liquor store, and this dude comes in. He's like 6'7". He's a fucking ex-Marine, so he's yoked, and he's uber famous. And I'm sitting there at the cash register, and everybody's kind of whispering, "Is that Rob Riggle? Oh, who's that?" And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my palms are sweaty, my knees weak, arms are heavy. I'm just like, if I don't go up and talk to him and just like not ask for a picture, none of that bullshit, just ask him for advice, I'm gonna regret it for who knows, maybe the rest of my life, dude. And I went up to him, and I was so nervous. I know I was probably like, "Hey man, how are you? I'm trying to move to New York and all this shit, just like uber fucking nervous Nelly over here." And but I asked him, I was like, "I'm thinking of moving to New York. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Do you have any advice?" And he went like solid 10-15 minute conversation. He went into depth about his journey and everything. And one thing that he said is what I just said, where he's like, because he moved to New York before he went to LA too. And he was like, all of the rumors and the legends and all that shit about how it's a crazy place to be in and the competitiveness, it's all true. But that also means if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. And that's true too. And once he told me that, I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I feel like that's like the prophecy now, man, Like,
The calling.
You have to go.
exactly, dude. The stars are aligning. This dude gave me great advice. And so it's all true, man. You just got to work through it.
Damn.
Very nice.
I was wrong about the B movie thing, by the way. That's definitely the other guy.
Damn.
So
That's cool though.
tell us a little bit about the current endeavor. The each video a week, 52 videos. How did that come? What's the story behind that, and how did it come to life?
Sure, yeah. So I came up with the idea my junior year of college. So that would have been 2021, 2022. No, it would have been 2020 or 2022, 21. One of those. Who fucking knows? I came up with the idea, but honestly, I was too much of a wuss to put out my music. I was afraid everybody was going to judge me, tell me I'm shit, all that. And I was too lazy. I was way too lazy to do this, But I always had dreamt of doing it because I always was like, that's how you do it. You consistently put out like this crazy thing. Something's bound to happen, right? And when I moved back home, I didn't know anything. And so then I started doing the once a day, every day TikTok deal. So then when I moved out here, I was like, all right, I moved out here to do this, to do something creative, whether that's like directing or music or who knows, acting, stand-up comedy. It's all out here. I was like, well, dude, why don't I try? Why don't I try to do that? And so in probably about a year ago, it was probably around April 2023, I started making a new song every single day. Every day I came home from work, I hopped on the mic for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, however long it took to make a song. Some days it was shit, some days it was good, but I made that a point because I wanted to be consistent and I wanted to get better because I wasn't there yet, to where I wanted to be to put out music, and I did. And then my original plan was I wanted to make every song and every video and then just put them out like in 2025. So like then all of this year I would make the videos to conspire with the songs. So then I didn't have to worry about, I need a song for this week. I need a video. And it was when I met Colt Kerwin, the guy that I mentioned earlier. I met him and I met one of his buddies who's also a big YouTuber's producer. His name's Ken Chwatek, great guy. and he met up with me because I was asking him for advice. And one thing that he said was, he was like, fail in public, dude, and light a fire under your ass. And so then he gave me the idea. He's like, don't fucking wait. Don't wait a year to put out all these videos. Put them out now. And that was back in November. And I had one video made at that point, and I decided to put it out January 1st. So it's just every single week for an entire year now, man.
How long does that take? Like the process of editing a video, or I guess specifically editing, how long does that usually take you?
Depends on the video for sure. Like Admiral, which was week 7, 8 maybe, I don't remember.
Yeah.
That one probably took me the longest because I was definitely the most adventurous with that one, just like with the editing, with the shots, the effects, so on and so forth. That one easily took me probably 50 hours, you know. Like, we shot on Friday night. I was up till like 4 a.m. after we shot. Then we shot all day on Saturday from like, I shit you not, like 7 a.m. to, at that time, probably like 3 or 4 at night because the sun went down early because it was the winter time. Edited all through the night, probably up till 3. And then Sunday, same shit. It's wild, bro.
It's a whole ass 9 to 5
Yeah.
crammed in a weekend, dog. That's nuts.
Yeah, dude.
I guess the perfect segue. I was gonna ask, do you ever worry about burnout? And like, what keeps you motivated for those challenges? And like, whenever you get into a creative block, what keeps you not panicking? Where it's like, I can't not know what I'm doing on Friday because I need this out by Sunday, you know, or whatever your dates are that you drop. How do you keep from that?
So that's actually what I'm working through right now. So it's an awesome question to ask right now. So the past 3 weeks, I've been so burnt out, dude. I want to do anything but take my fucking camera out and shoot a fucking video. I want to do anything, then come home from work and make a new song. And so I really fought through it 2 weeks ago on Mortis. And I put that song out, and no one fucking listened. So God knows for week 15, I was super burnt out because that was my fighting through. So I made a point to myself, and I set it online so I would 100% do it. I couldn't back out. So I was like, week 16 will be the best video I've put out yet. And that's how I deal with burnout. Is I just gotta like piss myself off, dude. Truthfully, I gotta do something. I gotta do something stupid, man.
So for the future, I guess, with all that being said, what are your plans to do? What are your plans basically when the 100 weeks are up? Do you have like an album that you want to like maybe work on in the future, or you want to like compile all these into some kind of project? Or
I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna review what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna stop. I know that for a fact. I'm not gonna stop. It's not gonna be 52 weeks. I'm only at 100 subscribers. You know, hopefully more than that, but who fucking knows? You know. I'm only at 100 subscribers, and I'm like, oh, I should just quit. It's not even worth it. No, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna do something. If I lose the whole following I have now, I'm not gonna stop. But I'm gonna see what I want to do. Do I want to continue doing a new song a week every single week? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Do I want to maybe sit back and make like a really good album? That could be fire. That's something I've always wanted to do, you know. But I don't know. I really have no answer for you on that one.
no worries. Glad to know, anyways.
We'll find out in 52 weeks.
Yeah.
In 52 weeks, exactly, man.
Hell yeah.
Something. We're gonna get into the fun questions. Fun that our fans have sent us. That some that we put in there that are just compiled of random shit that didn't fit in. Just kind of a little bit more personable rather than so based on music in New York. And well, I guess still music. We're a music podcast, but we have this jar and they have the questions in them. So we'll Johan wants to start.
Yeah. All right.
No way. Don't. I can't.
Oh, brother.
Okay, brother.
Is it pink?
Is it pink? That's
The fuck does that even mean? What?
I don't know.
That's the question.
I wonder.
Not someone who.
Do we want to dox?
Shout
who,
out Evan,
hey.
you stupid fuck.
Somehow that question got in there, but mine didn't.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Mine didn't.
No, that's
We're not asking that question. That one was not better. There's no names on any of these, but I know for a fact that fucking question was Evan, our good friend of the show here.
hell yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, Social Network. Zuckerberg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
David
Nice.
Fincher? That's
Easy.
a good one.
No question. I was actually thinking of that movie today. That's why I had it off the top.
Damn.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
That's
Social
on my
Network.
watch list, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I
Never
still
seen
have-
it?
I've never seen it. They
Me
put it
neither.
back.
Oh my god.
They put it
dude.
back in theaters. Over here, I don't know if they did it over there for you. And I was gonna
I'm
go
not
see
sure.
it, and it just never happened. So I
Bro,
gotta go
dude.
do it, dude.
Shit, you not, dude. Tonight, boot up. I think it's on Netflix. Boot up Netflix, bro.
I'll
Watch
get it.
that shit.
All right,
done.
y'all-
I'll let
y'all
you
trying to
know.
watch
Like,
that tonight? Let's
one
do
of the
it.
best
We might as
movies.
well.
I don't want to overhype it for you, dude, because I feel like whenever everybody does that, it's never as good. But
Right.
one of the best movies
Cool.
I've ever seen.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, for the next question, it's what's more important, lyrics or beats?
I think they both coincide and they do their own justice. I think if you get too lyrical, miracle, it's like, what am I even listening to? You know. And then, but
was
if
literally
it's all beat and you're just like over it, it's the same thing. You know. I feel like it's when you get that nice balance. That's what it's all about. Is balance, dude.
You can't have one without the
great
other
beat.
type thing.
Exactly. You got a great beat. You
Ding.
got great lyrics, man. You got a great song. You got a great beat, but you sound like shit. No one's gonna listen to that. You know. So.
You fuck with Tech Nine? I know he's from your area.
Yeah, dude. No, I fuck with Tech a little bit. I liked. Oh, fuck, I can't remember the name of the album. It's the red one where he's like on fire. That's definitely my favorite one. It's got Fragile with Kendrick on it. A song, Colorado.
Wow.
Wiz.
God damn,
Yeah,
that came
bro.
out so fucking. Dude, I think I was in the 6th grade when that came out. Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
I remember that.
I was a
song.
wee lad.
Shit.
Shit.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
bro.
That's
Damn.
that's a
Shout out Tech Nine.
deep cut. Was it me?
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Brayden, what do you have for us?
All right. Can't believe that was the first one.
Yeah, it's fucking course it is.
What would you say is the best restaurant in New York?
That's a really good question, man. You know, I really try not to eat out as much just because, not to sound once again like a big douche, but, you know, American food is so bad for you. And so I really just try to eat at home. But best burger in the city has got to be 7th Street Burger. No
Okay.
question. If you guys are ever out here, go to the one on 7th Street in the Village. It's like one of those you walk up to a door and then the dude hands you a bag of burgers. It's so good, dude.
Oh.
Just the best drunk cheeseburger in the world.
I have a buddy that up until 2 years ago, he lived in the Bronx. Like he
Oh,
lived,
really? Nice.
Yeah, so he lived like near the 5 line and shit. So like kind of halfway what you were describing with the neighborhood you are in, like the opposite end. But he was telling me the other day that like Dominican food is huge out there, and I love Dominican food, like all the oxtail soup, things like that. Do you ever venture into that realm of food? I know you said you don't eat out that much, but like when the treat, you know, when you need the treat, have you ever tried some of that stuff?
So Puerto Rican and Dominican food is huge out here just because there's so many, you know, native
Right, yeah.
Puerto Ricans and Dominicans out here, dude. You know,
Right.
just because it's that's the beauty of New York, dude, is like I hear other languages way more than I hear people speaking English, whether it's German, French, Spanish, who fucking knows, dude. And so it's like I can only imagine. I haven't had Dominican food yet, but I can tell you I've had some bomb-ass Greek food, though. out here.
Ooh, all
This place
right.
called Milo's in Midtown. Yeah, I went there with a client one time. It was so good, dude. Some of the best Greek I've ever had.
Hell yeah.
Get you some oxtail soup, man. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. It'll
Oh, I'm
change
sure,
your.
bro.
it'll-
I'm sure.
I'm
Little,
telling you.
little.
I'm sure the Bronx has hella up there too, bro. So I gotta venture up there. I got a buddy who lives up in Bronx. I gotta venture up to his
No
place
shit.
one of these days.
Nice.
little,
Nice.
Little segue. Another New York question, but like how, or this isn't one of these. This is just off the dome. How much of New York have you explored in your time there?
Well, definitely like all of Manhattan for sure. I mean, I've been out here for a year.
Yeah.
I've lived on Manhattan. I'm everywhere all at once. A little bit of Brooklyn, not a ton. A little bit of Queens, but probably I shouldn't even probably mention it. You know, mostly Manhattan though, dude. But the thing about it is, it's like, and you really learn this. It takes a while because like when you first get out to New York or you're visiting or something like that, everything kind of feels the same. Rustle and bustle, people everywhere, tall buildings. But then like after you kind of get used to it, seeing like how different the neighborhoods are and stuff. Once you kind of get that knowledge, exploring like just Chelsea is completely different than it was before. It's like going to a whole nother borough or something of the sorts.
It's very interesting. I feel like that's kind of Arizona too. Do you know what I mean? Like kind of Mesa,
Definitely.
Gilbert, Chandler, kind of all
Yeah.
melding together. That's how I felt before I moved to Phoenix. So
Yeah, I find that we're on the, cause we're east side. We're all east except for him. We're all east side and like south side. He's from Chandler, or you're not
That's
from Chandler.
still
But he
east
lives
side.
in Chandler.
from
That's
Mexico.
yeah.
I'm like,
But-
and I'm like
but still,
South
it's like
Phoenix,
we're
but-
East Mesa, and then he obviously, but we're just never over there. And anytime I go over there, I'm like, damn, there's so much fucking shit going on over here. 'Cause over here it's just like neighborhoods and
It's maximum
stations.
suburbia. over
it's
here.
it's very suburban, which is weird because it's really not suburban at all over there. So it's cool seeing both sides of that coin, for sure.
Definitely.
Who wants
Yeah,
to go here?
it's me. So I like this question a lot. So I know you said, you have your regular 9 to 5, but if music wasn't an option for you, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Could I say making movies?
Of course, yeah.
Hell
No,
yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Are you talking
And I would
like
say
film festival type things where you're making
yeah,
like
I do short films for sure.
Oh, nice.
I would love to make a short film at some point, dude.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be so kick ass. That'd be
Very
awesome.
Nice.
Good
All
one.
right, cool.
Johan?
Go ahead.
This dog is really nice. All right, top 3 albums of all time.
Are we talking every single genre, or are we
You
talking?
personally?
You
Personally.
It's
You-
always
so
over
my-
here. It's always personally, man.
Yeah.
It's
So my favorite
you
album.
fuck with?
your
Yeah.
top 3 favorite albums ever.
You
favorite
can even
albums.
do top
Oh,
5 if it's too
God,
much.
dude.
Yeah, if you need 5, we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Well, you got. I'll do 5 because that's easier, but it's still just as hard. So my favorite album of all time is probably. It's tough saying this, but I think it's probably Pablo. It's got to be Life of Pablo. Just like I said earlier,
Hell
that's the album that got me into all this shit, dude. So, that one. Second, man, I fucking love 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Hell yeah.
So that one will be in there. I'm gonna keep this in no order also. Third, Blueprint by Jay-Z.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of New York,
What
in
a
this day and
yeah.
age, bro,
freaking pull,
that's
dude.
a slept
Hell
on.
yeah.
That's a slept on album, bro. No one, everybody's all like, Jay-Z's no good. He was never the best rapper of the year or anything like that.
People
Y'all
are
don't
saying
know
that in
what
New
you're
York?
talking about.
Not around here, boy. We
Not in
love
New York,
Jay-Z.
but dude, I see it online all the fucking time because
Yeah.
there was some viral TikTok of this dude going, "Well, 50 was the best rapper because Get Rich or Die Trying came out this year."
Yeah, and like
Come-
Nelly was the best because
Exactly.
Here, you see that? Yeah.
Mhm.
did see that.
Jay-Z's fucking great, bro. We love Jay-Z around here.
Jay-Z's top 3 rapper of all time for sure, no
Hell yeah.
question. So Blueprint at 3. For 4, I gotta say Take Care, man. That album was that album just pushed forward music, like rap music itself, in so many ways that it doesn't get credit for, dude. 2011, dude. I remember Drake was getting clowned on, bro, for singing on every song. And then he puts that album out and everybody shut the fuck up because not only does he have Marvin's Room on it, but you got Headlines,
Yeah.
You got it all,
Lord
dude. That's a
knows.
great album.
I love Lord.
And then I'm gonna try to get-
Drake song.
Which one?
Lord knows.
Oh yeah, bro. That's a good one. Yeah, dude, let's go Kanye again. He's definitely my favorite artist. I'll go Twisted Fantasy. Twisted
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy's gotta
Nice.
be in there. Gotta be in there.
Yeah,
I
good
think
one.
that's the best. Hate me for saying this, but I think that is the pinnacle of rap. I think it's the best rap album of all time. I think Illmatic is the only one that comes in contention with that album.
This
Anyway.
motherfucker.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
Max don't like Illmatic, but
I don't-
you like the second one, don't
I
you?
like It Was Written more than Illmatic.
Yeah.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
Illmatic is
I don't
dope,
know.
bro.
I don't know what it was.
Life's a
anymore.
bitch and then you die. That's why we
know.
get high.
I like Illmatic
Come on.
more as well.
What
Yeah.
I guess you mentioned short films, and you did talk about how you are kind of slammed with what you're doing currently. But do you have any other endeavors outside of music, whether it be a professional thing or whether it's just a fun hobby, anything like that?
I play Fortnite. You guys ever play Fortnite? That's what I
Actually,
that's
I've
what
never
I
played
fucking-
Fortnite.
Dude.
right here.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah, dude.
Trios,
We
run it
play
up. Let's go.
sometime.
Right
That
after
Travis
this.
Scott skin.
But, no, yeah, I do not. I don't have that one, bro. But no, yeah, dude. I like that game a lot. Just, dude, each game is like max 25 minutes, and so if I just have like a little block of time where I'm just like, I just want to do nothing, I'll just play like a couple rounds of that. By like the end of 2 or 3 games, I'm bored of it because I'm dying all the time, and then I'll go back to what I'm doing. It's a great game, dude. It really is.
Yup.
I will stand on that. I know everybody's like, oh, that game's for like 5-year-olds, bro. Fuck you. It's so fun, dude.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
it's so
those
fucking fun.
5-year-olds be wrecking us though.
Dude, they're insane, dude.
Dude, no,
They're
straight
sweaty
up.
as fuck.
yeah, those
They're
are the
sweaty
best
as
players.
fuck, man.
Real quick, because I want to know what's the best Fortnite skin in the
Yeah.
game? What's your favorite Fortnite skin?
Or what's the
my
rarest?
my favorite, the rarest is
That
the
you have.
Renegade Raider. Oh, the rarest that I have. I don't know if I know what the rarest skin I have is because I was late to the game. My younger brother got me into it in. I think the chapter was chapter 3, season 1. It was a Spider-Man one with the Daily Bugle. and
That's
the
exactly
Oh,
when
if
I
you
started playing
have any
Fortnite.
of
That's
those
Yeah.
skins-
funny.
Oh Jesus! I started
Yeah, bro.
season 4, right?
No,
when-
oh, so you're an OG, bro. That was the Marvel season,
Yep.
wasn't it?
no,
Yeah,
right
bro.
in the beginning, chapter 1, season 4.
Oh shit, bro. That's insane.
So,
But to
Red
answer
Knight-
the actual rarest skin though in the game is called the Renegade Raider. My younger brother used to have it, but then he got locked out of his account and he like actually cried. Like he was so
Shit, I would too,
I
bro.
would too.
No, y'all don't understand. If you don't play Fortnite like that, dude, Renegade Raider,
I do
dude.
not understand.
I'm
You've
You
never
don't
been
know.
more right in your life.
you don't know it.
Oh shit, man.
Max is like, I guess I don't know.
I don't know then. He said it, not me. What do you got, Los?
Shit. For the question I got, for the moment, do you perform any concerts? And if not, do you plan to do in the future?
that's something I've really thought about a lot because that's what a lot of the ZD guys have been telling me to do. Dude, you got to get up on stage. You got to start performing. That you're just gonna get your name out there more and more and more. People are gonna resonate with you more, etc. Currently, I don't have the time to. I literally have no time for myself. I won't have a night to go spend 6 hours up at a bar or something to perform. But in the future, I definitely want to get back up on stage. Whether it's in a bar, in a open mic or whatever. Definitely something I want to do in the future.
Nice. Is that just me?
Brayden, you're the last one. What do you have?
All right. This is kind of funny for the last one. Top 5 white rappers. Who asked
White
that?
rappers. A lot of them suck, bro.
Damn.
Well, you got to say Eminem's the best white rapper of all time. There's no question about that. Who's better than Eminem?
I don't know. I don't
That's
particularly like
Max-
Eminem, so like.
You,
Max is
of
kinda nodding
course.
his head. I want to know what his answer is because Max keeps on nodding his head like going like, oh, he's not right. I want to know.
I do not like Eminem.
Me neither. Yeah.
We are not.
know,
this
I'm-
table is
I'm
not.
The only one
I
that
like
likes
old Eminem.
It's him, bro. I like the first Slim Shady LP, and
The Marshall Mathers LP.
the Marshall Mathers LP, and that is it. I do not like Eminem very much at all. My girlfriend says I hate him. I don't think I hate him. Or my fiance says I hate him.
Yep.
We just got engaged. Never mind. But
Hey, congratulations, dude.
Thank
That's
you.
fucking awesome, man.
thank you, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Eminem, unfortunately. I think the thing is though, when you're talking about the best, like it's like okay, I guess, because he's probably the most successful. The same way that like Drake will find his way on the top of something, because even if there's someone better than Drake, he's bigger tenfold. But like
Yeah,
I think
100%.
Action Bronson's better than
I like
Eminem.
Action
I think
Bronson
That was
Mac
probably my
Miller.
number one.
Ooh,
LP.
I forget about Mac Miller actually, bro. I would say I would put M at the top just because he's got the accolades, but also to hit your point, I fucking loved Eminem growing up. Couldn't tell you the last time I listened to an Eminem song.
That's
That might
me
that
and
might
you
be
both.
that might be for the
That's
best,
me.
but
It's a pivotal
But,
in creating your taste. I get it.
yeah. That's the end of the fun questions. We have no more. So yay, thank you for everybody who sent them in. But I guess we'll kind of segue here into conclusion. Johan, if you want to kick that off.
So we're gonna conclude this episode by asking, what's one of your biggest goals that you want to accomplish when it comes to music or just in life?
So another one of my childhood heroes is Paul Rudd. He actually went to the same high school as Rob Riggle, so he was from Kansas City, went to my rival high school. And one thing I always say is I would like to be in the music space as big as Paul Rudd is as an actor. Everybody knows who Paul Rudd is, you know? No one hates Paul Rudd. But also, Paul Rudd could go to the grocery store by himself and buy his groceries. I don't want to be Drake, dude. You know? I don't want to be. Yeah, dude. I don't want to fucking. Like, you guys ever see the videos of Michael Jackson where he would rent out a grocery store and he would pay actors to just walk the aisles and get food so that he could get the experience of buying groceries? That's disgusting, bro. That's no way to live. And so I would say in the music space, I want to get to that level, bro. You know, where it's like, I'm going to have enough money my kids will be fine. Their kids will be fine. People will know who I am. I'll get the accolades, you know, maybe like one classic album or something like that. I'll always be well respected, but like, I'm not like the GOAT. I don't want to be the fucking GOAT, dude, you know? But yeah, dude. And then like in life, dude, one of my big goals, like for short, that's my like long term. That's like my end goal is what I want to do. But short term, I want to do music full time. I want to or just create, let alone music, dude. I want to make videos. I want to make music. I want to do that. I want that to be my job. Like, dude, if I can make, I don't know, $60,000, $70,000 doing it, then that's a dream come true, you know? That's a dream come true for me. And then in life, dude, I want to have a wife. I want to have kids. I want to raise those kids to be, to be good adults and have the same thing for themselves. I just want to be happy. There's a quote that I really, really like. I don't remember who said it, but the way it goes is it's like, growing up, I used to always chase happiness because I was super depressed. I would always go, what's going to make me happy? I should do that. And whenever I would chase that, I would do those things. I always just ended up being more and more depressed. I ended up being more sad. So then I kind of switched lanes and I was like, well, what's going to make me proud of myself to do? And I've never been happier. And I think that's what I want. I just want to continue doing things that make me proud of myself, of who I am, because I think that's in the long run how you actually obtain happiness. So
it's a very good way to put it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
You can't ask for anything more than just a happy life.
Make yourself proud. If you take nothing away from this interview, ladies and gentlemen, take that one away. Yeah, I like that a lot, dude.
Thank
you guys.
That was our last question, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, before we go, I want to say one thing though.
Yeah.
Okay. I swear to God, guys, I'm not just trying to gas you up. These questions, the research you guys did, I can tell you guys really give a fuck about this shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that fires me up so much, dude. Like, it really does. Because I've been on a bunch of different podcasts, bro, where, like, they'll ask me kind of the same old questions. Oh, so what do you want to do in the future? What do you want to do this? Dude, when he said Leawood, Kansas, other than Kansas City, I don't think I've personally ever said Leawood, Kansas on anything.
You have.
So I don't.
Actually, to hit on
I?
that point of us doing the research, I think it was you, Brayden, that said something about on your Twitter. It says Leawood, Kansas,
yeah.
or that was
Does it
Max.
really? Dude, yeah.
We care. That's.
And that as an interviewer, as someone who went to journalism school, bro, like that is the best, man. So if I could just like anything for you guys, you just keep fucking going, bro, because you guys are kicking ass. Regardless of, I know whoever I was DMing with was telling me, he's like, yeah, we don't do it live because who's really gonna tune in or something like that, bro. Then fucking don't do it live, but get a new video out every week, bro, because you guys got this shit, dude. You really do. Not to sound like a fucking motivational speaker or anything, but
Nah, you're
like,
good.
I really do see it, bro. Like, there's a lot of people who just bullshit it, bro. And there's nothing that ticks me off more than that. And I can tell you guys actually give a shit. And you guys are a good team too.
Thank you very much, dude. That's
you don't
super
talk
nice
over
of you.
each other. You got a flow. You got it all, dude. I fuck with it.
appreciate that, dude.
Hell yeah.
So, props to 808s, bro. You guys are fire.
All right, well, with that being said, thank you guys for watching our latest episode of 808s on Cam. Please be sure to hit the bell, subscribe, all that shit for the on-camera content, and then be sure to check us out, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever the fuck you get your podcasts for our audio-exclusive content. We have years' worth of it.
We just hit 100 episodes about, what, in November?
November or so, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so been doing this shit for a long time, and it really pays off. So before we get out of here, Peyton, do you have any last words to the people? Anything you want to plug? The stage is yours for however long you want to talk.
Yeah, dude. Watts Peyton on Instagram at WATTSPEYTON. Check me out on YouTube. Just Peyton Watts, PEYTON space WATTS. It's the shot of me in this blue hoodie with a sky behind my head. Go check me out. New song, new video, every single fucking week, dude. We don't stop. We keep moving forward. That's the motto. Don't stress it out. That's all I got, guys.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go, dude.
Thank you for the support. We love the fuck out of you guys. Huge thanks to Peyton. You guys have a good night. Los?
Thanks for having me, guys, for real.
Thanks for everyone. Peace.
Alrighty. That was fucking awesome.